dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just gotta wait for that, and we can start. They're gonna go to use the toilet. Hey Icarus, thank you for the sub. How are you doing today? And yes, feel the sedge. God, I love this music. See everything working. Cool. Just a little bit before we can get started. And hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm still debating if that's going to be my Walking on the L song. It's a good song. Honestly, it's pretty good. The real question is it gonna be the sung version? Or is it gonna be the Super Nintendo sung version? Are you actually gonna put the They redid the song with actual lyrics, by the way. So that's a possibility even. If you want, you can go that far. I think... Oh, I like that. There we go. I mean, I've heard other versions of it that I genuinely like, but there are other tough contenders. That is fair. Okay, so let's see. Today, what are we working on today? So basically, let me show. So this is one of our older emotes on this channel. Basically, what I'm doing is I am doing an updated version of this emote. So we're gonna do half body and we're gonna have both regular Kiba and Mama Kiba versions. We're gonna alternate who appears spinning, essentially. So that's what we're working on today. Because I currently don't have any commissions on me, so I figured it would be a good opportunity. Yeah, I like this one, but at the end of the day, it turned out so tiny. It turned out so tiny, so I want to do the half body so it shows more of the characters. You know? I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with the shuriken one. This is another one that's very old. If you... Like, you can't really see because they're both very tiny. But this one is... Both of these still have my first model. Have you ever seen my first model, Icarus? It is... It's not a bad look by any means, but it's being rigged very janky. Momochi did her best at the time, obviously. I think I did. You did. Good. I actually use it to have a mask on that model. I had a mask on that model, but I ended up taking it off because it didn't really... It felt like it didn't really fit my personality. I don't remember if I did. Hold up. Hold up just a minute, let me show you. Here you go. This is the original one. I'm gonna have to dig here to see if I can find what was... right control plus numpad. Okay. Numpad 2. Right control. There you go. Behold the mask. You remember this? I see. Oh my god, the mouth. Hold up. Let's go back. It's been forever. I still like the mask, mind you. I like the mask a lot, but I ended up going against it for a few reasons in the end. Ended up not going with the mask because, at least personally, I feel like the eyes are very important, right? I can't believe it's been quite some time since you debuted, how time goes by. I know, right? It's crazy. It's been a long time. It's been a journey. It's been a long, long time. Now let me see. Female body. How do I mean, I know the main thing that I have to make sideways for the body to look female. I'm not entirely sure how big it go. I need to make it go outward to fit. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. But honestly, I love it. I really, really do. Streaming is really fun. Doing pixel art is amazing. Okay, so my boobs are down here. My head is here. There we go. I love being around you guys so much. Ah, thank you, Icarus. We're very glad. Cheer me up when I had rough days. Ah. I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Bring a little bit of cheer to whoever tuned to see us. And also, don't worry, Momochi said she is going to continue playing the Zelda. Yep. She's gonna continue playing the Zelda randomizer until she finishes it. Not tomorrow, I believe. There's a new event in Limbus. So she's gonna stream that. Any questions, she can always reach out. That's good, that's good. Like, I was a little bit worried. I was wondering if, that's a big neck. Interesting. Have a feeling one of these things needs to be higher. What were you worried about? Oh, I was worried if she was going to finish the game earlier. Because I don't know how long Link to the Past was with the randomizer, you know? Because I know they make a lot of speedruns of these, so I was wondering if there was like a thing that because the story being cut would make the game shorter or something like that, but there was nothing to worry about. There was plenty of game. So that was good. Anyways. Profile. Like this. Yeah? I think can make the neck a little bit more forward, I think. Ah, because she made the settings quite advanced, a non-speedrunner can definitely take a solid 10-12 hours on it. Ah. Step tracking. Interesting. Hold up. Just trying by the onion skin, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I wanna line up the physiology properly here. I don't want her head to sink down magically or something like that. So let me put here. God. Have you ever played Secret of Mana, Icarus? Man, the Secret of Mana series, they are so... There's no justice for the Secret of Mana series, I'll be very honest here. I'll be very honest, there is no justice for the Secret of Mana series. Not me, but I watched Tex play it, quite a beautiful game. It is! Like, it's funny. Momochi, one of Momochi's core childhood games is Secret of Mana, and one of my core teenage year games is Secret of Mana 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Actually, it's called Seiken Densetsu. Seiken Densetsu 3, and it got... The name got changed to Trials of Mana when it finally came over as part of a collection in the West. And then they did have like a full remake in 3D of the game. I love that game to bits. Even though theoretically it wasn't very good in a technical sense. Because I don't know why the reasoning was, but they released that game full of bugs. The game was just in a messy, sorry state during release, which was the reason they never brought it to the West. I found Tex is still pending to finish that one. I know he found translation patch for the original Japanese one. He probably found the patch that I played it on. Honestly. Like, as it for it being a mess, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, the status luck is broken. It does not work. And there are luck-based characters in the game. There are luck-based characters in the game. The main stat that they gain leveling up is luck. And luck does not work. And the weirdest part is, in spite of all of that, one of the luck-based characters is one of the more OP characters in the game. Which is wild. But he is only OP if you pick a certain evolution path for him. Because he's the character that has the best and the worst evolution at the same time. It is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Now, they did fix him up in the remake. In the 3D remake, he is fixed. And in the sense that other evolution paths are not bad and luck actually does stuff. However, he is still very much broken if you pick the true ninja class. The ninja class. Ninja Master is one of the most OP classes in the game. It's just too versatile. As it should be, honestly. As it should be. Like, it's really funny. If you pick a ninja, you have access to basically elemental magic that doesn't require intelligence to use, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can make like an int build for it, but you don't have to. And you get every basic element, and every single one of the magics, the ninjutsus, has a negative stats infliction. It inflicts a debuff. So you have a jutsu that lowers magical resistance, which means if you spam it on the opponent, he is gonna die faster because each hit makes him softer, right? So that's pretty good. You have one that lowers defense power, you have one that lowers attack power, and you have one that lowers magical attack power. So essentially, and those can't be prevented in any way, so essentially you just have a kit that, while dealing damage, can also nullify the strategies of any opponents you face in the game. Which is pretty sweet. It is a pretty sweet deal. And the other class that has access to debuffs like this, which is Reese, which, by the way, no justice for Reese. Her skills can hit in area, but then again, if I'm not mistaken, the ninja also can hit an area when he evolves into Grandmaster Ninja. I could be wrong on that. I could be remembering that wrong. Hers can hit an area, but they don't deal any damage. They're just a debuff. However, you can and should pick Reese anyways, because she's an absolute cutie, and she just, it's not her fault that she has the dumbest brother in the dumbest youngest brother in the world. She still wants to do she still wants to do justice by him, even though honestly the kid might be a lost case. It's like, God, you watch Ree's story and you're gonna go like, God damn it, Elliot. God damn it. God freaking damn it. It's like, it's almost rage baity. Her story is almost rage baity. It's funny. It's honestly pretty funny. It's a little bit rage baity. No, I don't think it was. It's just the way it plays out. One of the things that is like super fun with the game is simply the fact that, because the narrative is very old, a lot of things that happen in the game, they happen entirely in earnest, right? Also, I think I deleted a very important frame for no reason, and I've been drawing on top of it. So just a sec. Gonna have to undo the whole thing. There we go. There we go. The frame has been restored. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I can. We can fix it. As long as Control Z exists, we can fix it. This is fine. But that was a close one. That was a close one. Not gonna lie, that was a close one. There we go. Everything is in order now. Usually when you're doing these things, you don't really think about the profile. False alarm, it's fine, it's fine. I know how to fix this. I've done this before several times, actually. We've done it before. So, I don't know if you watch the text playing this much, but basically, Ri's story is that she is the princess of the Kingdom of Wind. That's basically like a fortress in the mountains. It's basically a castle in the mountains. That's like a very impenetrable fortress. They got like stupidly powerful air currents protecting them, and they have like a labyrinth of caves that you have to go through before you can even reach the castle. And you got a bunch of kick-ass Amazons protecting the place, which Riz is part of them. She's like a warrior princess. She is the captain of the Amazons. The Amazon Valkyries. Whatever. Don't remember if her class is Valkyrie or Amazon at the beginning of the story. But essentially, she takes care of her father, who's blind, and her kid brother Elliot. But there are invaders afoot. The beginning of the story is that she is worried about monsters appearing more often, because that's the thing that happens with the Mana series. Whenever there's imbalance, more monsters appear than usual. Which is a thing that a lot of people forget. In JRPGs, at least. It's been a while since he played. I wouldn't say how long he progressed it. Oh, this one is right at the beginning. But the thing that is really cool about the Secret of Mana games, the Trials of Mana is the name, right? Is that each character has their own starting zone and their own unique story. So every single one of them has a complete different reason for embarking on the journey. Each one has their own hero's journey that they need to follow, essentially. So you get a bunch of custom moments, and even the final boss is based on who your starting character is. That's how cool the game actually is. So, Rize's starting story, yeah, it is very interesting. I remember the first time I picked the game up, I didn't make any progress. I just played every single character first story, and then I reset it and would play it another character story just so I could see them all. Basically, the way the game works is you pick your party before you start playing, and the order of the characters that you pick will determine when they will join you in the story and how much focus will be given to them. So basically, the character that you pick up that joins first, you see like if the characters that aren't your first character, you will see like a little Clifford's note of their base story. Like, they explain to you what their deal is, essentially, and you see it like in a flashback. But if you pick if you pick one of them to be the main character, you actually get to play out the story in full. Now, playing the scenario doesn't really make much of a difference in like level or item wise, because the starting zones don't have like any secret stuff that could be missable, because the guys who made the game didn't really want you to try to min-max that part of the game, right? Which fair, I wouldn't either. Would be really bad if there was one character that like, oh, this is the best character for you to start your story as because there is an amazing weapon that drops only in this guy. No, that would suck. So they didn't do that, thankfully. It's something that could have happened at that specific time because honestly, Super Nintendo was still an age where there was a lot of game design that was very experimental. Like, game designers were more innocent in a sense. The main thing that took a while for game designers to discover is the rules that players will optimize the fun out of games. So you should try to avoid the answers that like have clear answers to stuff, right? Oh yeah, they were super creative. One other thing that helped was that games were cheaper to make, right? And they didn't have to bring in as much money. It's weird, like, one of the main things that will completely stifle creativity is the pressure of making money will stifle creativity completely because the second you're making a game to make millions and billions back, everything you do is super risky. Everything you do is super risky. Everything you do needs, like, I don't know, approval from shareholders and stuff like that. So it's harder to just be creative. Like, look at the game that I'm talking about. Technically, incredible, amazing, complete flop. Flopped horribly, technically. The game was a buggy mess. They never released it into the US because of the buggy mess it was. Still an amazing game. It's so creative. It's so ambitious. It's so ambitious. It's admirable. Like, think about it. Even Baldur's Gate doesn't do that. Even Baldur's Gate doesn't have a unique starting area for your characters. They all start in the same place. Imagine if you picked Shadowheart and you were actually walking around as part of the Shadow Cult before. You get swiped by the Cthulhu ship. That would have been incredible. But also very expensive to make. And mind you, I'm saying Baldur's Gate in particular because Baldur's Gate did a bunch of stuff that AAA are too afraid to do, essentially. Yeah, they need to make sure to please the corp instead of their own creative liberty. Yeah, it's like... best way to put it is that... the problem with this type of production is that the corporations end up in a weird disconnect with their customers. Because if you stop to think about it, are the corporations making a product for the customer? Or are they making a product for the investors? You know what I mean? The base idea being that the investors are gonna have a different set of priorities than the customers. For instance, the customer would always want the best service that is cheaper, the best, cheaper service possible. right? But the investor wants the service that is most profitable because they put a lot of money and they want that money back. Ow. Hello, Retros! Ow, ow. Oh my god, you're hitting L3. What the heck? Ow. Ow, you hit L4. Ow, 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 ow. How are you doing today? Ow. Hello, how are you doing? Doing good? That's good, that's good. I'm doing good too, I'm doing really good. A bit tired? Not as much as Momochi, poor Momochi. Momochi crashed out. Poor Momochi is crashing out a little bit from the stream. She's a bit better now. Cause she streamed for like 15 hours yesterday. Hi Rose! Was it 15 hours? I think it was 15 hours. Hold up. Let's see. It was 9 to 10. So 13. 13 hours, I'm gonna say. Yeah, 13 hours stream. 13 hours stream. Basically, birthday. Birthday stream. Birthday stream. She wanted to do one like me. Am I okay? I hope you're okay. Are you okay, Rose? Are you? You better be. You better be taking care of yourself, okay? I'm okay. That's good. So yeah. So I don't know if you drop it by during her stream, if you saw her stream retros. She played Zelda Randomizer. She opened a bunch of V card packs. Being here is a reminder. I need to go struggle with my own art. That's okay. It happens. Is a reminder I need to go struggle with my own art. Good luck, Rose! I saw some of the randomizer, the minimum much was cute. Yeah, I know! I worked so hard on it, I mean, look at it. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And man, you can barely see the cabbage in the game. It blinks so fast. I worked hard on that cabbage. But it turned out so cute. It was worth it. Was absolutely worth it to see. This wasn't just a pixel art thing, you had to disturb the file for that. Yeah. Icarus helped us. She knows the ways of the internet. So she knows the sites that do this for us, essentially. I mean, it isn't too different from my time, like, but... Oh god. Hold up. I'm feeling old. Back in my day, you had to download a program that was like a crack file, and you would run it in MS-DOS. You actually had to run an MS-DOS program. to patch the room that you would legally download only for 24 hours and then you would immediately delete it. Wink, wink, wink. Wink, wink, wink. Because rooms were legal as long as you download it for only 24 hours and delete it right after. Wink, 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 wink. Yup. Or you could keep them as long as you owe it the game. Wink, wink, wink. Which people only downloaded if they actually owned the game. Wink, 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 wink. I remember a lot of sites had that disclaimer, but after a while, they all just went, ah, fuck it, I know you're not gonna have to, I'm just putting in this because I have to. You got something in your eye, you're winking a lot. No, everything's fine. You know what? I think I have a nervous tick from all the legal downloading that I did back in the day and deleting and... Oh, freak!
Nano is rating
Nano, thank you for the raid. Hello. No, not the nuggies. Ah. It's raiding Angel Ace. Hello. How are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Hold up. Let me shout out. Oh, thank you for the follow. Who followed? Smokey Panda 42. Thank you. Thank you for following Amelia Hart. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hi Nano, how are you doing? Ow. Thank you for the shout out. Ow. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. Everyone who followed me, thank you so much. You can customize your ninja lane down below. Yes. We got pets too. How are you doing? I saw you were drawing. And then you were sleeping. I think this neck looks like she has scoliosis. No. Here we go. But thank you. Hope you're doing good. And to everyone who's still here after the raid, my name is Kibatsuki, Ninja Wolf Extraordinaire. I do pixel art. I drew this pixel model. I can change genders because that's a ninja thing that I can do. Yes. I can also have a normal model. And I have a wolf model. Ha. Hold up, let me go back to pixel. There we go. Oop. Oh, I never seen a pixelated model before. That's so cool. Very well. Ah, thank you, Smokey Panda. This one is a little bit old. I am working on updates. That 2.0 will come soon. Yes. But I still like it a lot. It's very good. I can also turn into a maid. Ah, thank you, Icarus. I am still learning. The world of pixel art is huge. There are many styles. And much to do. But I do my best and I appreciate it. It's fun. Now let me think, how do I do this? Hold up, I'm gonna need to put them side by side. Pixel art is fun. One style that I still need to try out is the one where the way they do it is very much like you're drawing a painting, and it's kind of like just splashes. You don't use outlines. When you know what you're doing, that style looks so good. It looks so good. I saw a game the other day that's like a it's like a roguelike Pokemon thing. It's super good. See, very fun. Ow. It looked so good. You know, I just realized I don't think I ever did a more detailed version of this design from sideways. You know? So this is gonna be interesting because I'm actually gonna discover a few details as we do this. I never thought too much about what the side view of this model is gonna be like. Like exactly how far the cleavage window goes and stuff like that. Theoretically. It would be something like this mostly. Right, but obviously there's the arms here. So the arms would be here. The fun thing about art is that every mistake helps us grow as an artist. It's very fun. It's true, it's true. The important thing is being able to accept that you made the mistakes and learn from them instead of just being frustrated. Those are like the two main skills an artist absolutely needs. Because getting overly flustered over mistakes you're making, especially when you're learning, it's just gonna make you quit. What? I'm Wolf. I'm Wolf now. This model was made by Momochi, by the way, in case some of you don't know. Momochi made this. Absolute cutie. Yeah, I'm still learning how to cope with my mistakes myself. Yeah. The thing is, the number one thing that you need to, that helps you cope is like, you can only learn when you're ready to learn certain things. So one thing that I found that has been like really helpful to me is to figure out when you're ready to learn new things on your art journey. And basically, usually when you start to notice that you're making mistakes is usually when you're ready to learn more. So whenever you're in those ruts where you feel like you stop and you use it to know how to draw and you can't draw anything at all, you know, that sort of feeling, that's when you're ripe, you're fertile for new knowledge, essentially. So what you have to do when that time comes is, instead of feeling frustrated, yeah, so that's a very interesting way of seeing it. It is. Like I found a long time ago, when I was in a artist server, someone shared these kind of a meme. It wasn't really a meme. Kiba says fertile, I see. Unfortunately for me, I don't learn from mistakes. I adapt to take it better. Wait, wrong emote. So let me see if I can explain it properly. Basically, I saw this. I'm gonna need visual aid. Hold up. There was this graph that was shown to me once. And the graph goes like this. Thank you for the follow, SSA. Thank you, thank you.
_ 0109 joined the Ninja Links.
This is your This is your art skill progression. This is your art skill progression, right? And this is your art eye progression. So artists have two skills. One is your art skill and the other is your art eye. And here's what happens. Right? So the red line here is your ability to spot mistakes in art. And the blue line is your ability to produce art. So you start doing art. You're feeling happy. Look, I can draw, mom. Look how well I can draw. And oh, this could be better. Oh, what is happening? Why the fuck can I not draw? Everything looks so crooked. Oh my god, this is awful. Oh, I can draw again. Wow, that's so cool. Look at how well I'm drawing. Wow, man, look at me. I'm a real artist. I'm a real drawer. Oh, what the fuck is happening? Art is pain. I hate everything. This is how this works. So, this is what happens to people who quit arts in general. They pick it up. They're here. They're doing fine. Sometimes if something really sad happens, that the person starts here instead. The person who starts here is very, very, very likely to like pick up the pen once, draw something, go, this is crap, and never try it again. A lot of these people are using AI to make art now. But this is what actually happens. This is what actually happens to anyone doing any artistic endeavor. Most skill-based endeavors, really. Most skill-based endeavors, really. Like, this is a little bit of Dunning-Kruger. This actually helps you. Dunning-Kruger is not really the enemy. Dunning-Kruger is only the enemy if you never make it. There are people who will flatline on the art eye and their art flatlines through. I'm not sure why this happens, but this is when you see someone's art, when someone's art style stagnates, it's because of this. I don't know why this happens. I'm not entirely sure how to fix this. I think the best way to fix this is to go seek education in general. If you seek education and you practice, the eye is gonna level up. And then you're gonna start having a nervous meltdown. But anyways, because this is natural and this is expected, it also means that whenever you feel like you're doing badly in the art department, you're not actually doing bad. It's part of the process. It's part of the learning curve. And you can chill yourself out by telling you that. And more importantly, when your eyes are above your skill level, that means it's prime time for you to learn something new. You're dissatisfied with your current art level, and as a bonus, you can see mistakes better. This means that you can absorb knowledge, new skill knowledge easier. It's easier. Sometimes we also compare ourselves with others and their success, and please remember that you aren't them, you are you. Exactly. It's stuff like I like to think of talent as a myth, because honestly, the second you actually start drawing, you start to try skill-based stuff, you kind of realize it can go two ways. You can be like, oh my god, why is this easy for everyone else? Or you can be like, oh my god, this was hard all along, and that person over there, they played it like they pretended this was easy while they were suffering like this. What a badass, you know? Most people, if it seems like a person is doing thing, if like, oh, this is really easy for that person, it isn't. It absolutely isn't. You're so terrible at first, but then you think, get better, get past mistakes, feel a little bit better. Yeah. And on the greatest thing, one of the greatest thing ever is that we are humans, we live in societies, we live in communities, and we can support each other, and we can learn from what other people have learned in the past. We don't have to figure everything out by ourselves anymore. So seeking help from tutorials, from art schools and stuff like that is a great way to get better. Exactly, Smokey Panda. Oh, also one other thing to think that's very important. A lot of the times, the main reason you're gonna get demotivated is because you will believe that you may have reached a limit. It's like, oh, this is as far as I can go as an artist. I can't improve any further, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that that's not the case. That is never the case. You gotta keep an open mind that you can always improve, you can always get better, and that is fine. It's both fine that you could always be doing better, and that you're doing your best right now. These are not excluding factors. These are not exclusive. If there are people doing better out there, that's great. What can I learn with them? That's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of mentality you should try to cultivate. Not compare yourself to the point of where you do not of inaction, but to the point where it helps you take action. But also be careful of internet and social media. That is very important to be careful. That's something that's very, very hard. Social media is built in a way that forces you to compare yourself to others in very unhealthy manners. Because it feels objective, right? Social media feels very objective. Oh, they have the numbers I don't. That means they're better people than me. Kiva should use positive mentality clips for artists. Ah, come on, even psychologists don't understand mindful potential limits. Exactly, exactly. I agree, Smokey Panda. I think people edge too much in social media. Wait. No. Never mind. Anyways. Like, do I think I'm an amazing pixel artist? No. Do I follow people who are light years ahead of me? Yes. And I try to learn from them. When I see like a new pixel art, and I say, oh my god, I can learn from this. Oh, this is how they did it. Well, another thing that's important about art in general is that art is problem solving. Art is essentially problem solving at its core. When you're doing art, you have a problem. How the frick do I represent this with whatever the hell is that you're using as an art medium? In my case, it's how the frick do I represent this thing using only tiny squares? How do I do it? And everyone has different answers to these things. I have money, fame, and people listen, even though I'm talking BS. Summary of internet, follow it up, pet. Make it 1 frame long. If you put your heart in your art, I feel like you're doing it right. Ah, thank you. I think so too. I think so too. It is important. It is important to try hard. It is important. One of the most important things is to enjoy the process. It's also a kind of a thing. People who get started because they want one particular outcome. What type of surgery? Let's do that. Probably an expensive one. Because, like, if you want to do art, that's not that hard, you know? You can do art. If you want to do art because you want to be famous, do you want to do art or do you just want to be famous? You know what I'm... kind of where I'm getting at? Right? Because, like, here's the thing. This is true for everything. Not every art is gonna be hyper famous. Not every songwriter is gonna be hyper famous. Not every musician, not every whatever, right? But that doesn't mean you're not good. Just because you don't get the approval of literally everyone doesn't mean that what you're doing is not worth something. You know? Like, okay, chat, I do wanna... I'm gonna get a little bit personal. I had a member of my family who dreamed of being a famous musician, right? And It was their dream, it was their passion. They really liked to do music. They really did. They practiced it every day. They even managed to do that thing where you have one successful music, right? They sacrificed a lot of stuff for that. Some stuff which was actually really important and maybe they shouldn't have, but that was the path that they chose in life. However, at one point in their life, they started to realize that they were getting older. And they ended up getting depressed because they never reached the level of success that they thought they should have, because they wanted to emulate a person that a famous person that they like admired a lot. But it was like really, it's like, okay, but you like doing it. It doesn't matter. They got lost in the sauce because they really liked the music. But then they just got too worried about the fact that they weren't famous. But if they wanted, they absolutely could be. They knew enough to be a good music teacher. They knew enough to like do. If they swallowed their pride, they could easily perform like night places doing covers and stuff like that. They could make a living out of what they loved. But they ended up getting super depressed because they weren't famous. They didn't reach that level of fame, and that was a real waste, I think. It was very sad. I wish I could have had like a better talk with them about this sort of stuff. If one of your dreams don't scare, they're really big enough. Don't scare you? Are they really big enough? It's one of my favorite quotes from the gamma. Oh, that's very cool. Well, there we go. But what is my point about that? Is dreaming about being famous wrong? Not really. The main issue is you gotta enjoy the process. So even if you don't find the level of success, you can still you can still have fun and make a living with what you love, right? It's okay, Kiba. Appreciate the fact that you could tell us that story. Reminds me of that movie, so... Yeah, exactly. That movie is like really good, by the way. That's like a really good movie. Because like a lot of movies are just like, yeah, follow your dreams. It's gonna work out 100% of the time. And it's like, not really. But also, does it matter? Ultimately, it's about figuring out what truly matters to you. and not getting lost in the sauce. While they go hand in hand, dreams will crush you when you don't achieve it due to the capacity of it. Hopes may be burdened, but always last to give in despair. Yeah. I think your family member was brave for trying. Lots of people get stuck in their thoughts before they try. Yeah, they even ran away with the circles at one point. His wife wasn't pleased. But anyways... This has been so wholesome. I'm glad to have found you today. Ah, thank you. I like to just vibe and talk about whatever. Glad my little ramblings while doing art have helped you in any ways. But yeah. As for talent and stuff, I don't buy it in talent that much. His name is not Kiba, it's Kiep. I mean, can you imagine if I just didn't talk at all while doing the pixel art? Like, I don't know if this is ADHD or if it's because I learned a little bit of simultaneous translation, but for one reason or another, I can talk while working, so might as well make use of that, right? I don't know about other people, but taking a huge fall is just a little obstacle to learn. Fearing failure is not in my dictionary. At the very least, I tried my best. True. I am wholesome like 50% of the time, I think. It scales every string and up on low. Love Twitch so much. Which is a fun place. Lots of interesting people. Is it? Oh, maybe it should be more wholesome. Maybe I should be more wholesome. But at the same time, playing Flipwitch was like a really good move because it inspired me to do a lot of neat pixel arts. And that's the Shmantai. But by God, the pixel art in that game is so... Ow. The pixel art is genuinely very good. Which apparently is not the norm for that kind of game, as I learned it later. That game is actually quite off the norm. Thank you for the pet. Okay, so you guys are following what I'm trying to do, right? Now we're gonna have to do a diagonal one. An intermediate between these two. What? Why is reconnecting to chat? No, the internet's still here. Let me reload the page. There we go. Okay. So now we need to do the sideway. Is there a way? Wait, will you play Okami then? Ooh, Okami is a good game to play. Okami is a good game to play. I like Okami. I like Okami. I played it when... long time ago when it came out on the Wii. Does it... it does have like a version for Steam, right? That would be really good. Although I'm not entirely sure how the brush works. There's a new one coming soon? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okami is what? It's Capcom, right? I remember having a Wii through the remote on a window by accident. Oof. That happens with so many people. That happened with so many people. Man, Capcom, when they want, they make some real bangers, don't they? I remember the Super Nintendo era was like, okay, is this a Capcom game? Oh, this one's gonna be good. This one is gonna be good. You know what I mean? How do I know it's gonna be high quality? It's a Capcom game. Like, I mean, I am extremely biased as someone who grew up with Mega Man games. So I always liked Capcom a lot. Cuphead is like a really hard game, isn't it? I remember when I was starting out, there was this VTuber called Pharaoh. I remember he started playing Cuphead, then went on several hiatus, and I don't think I ever saw him finish Cuphead, which was like really sad. It's not. Sometimes annoying, but not that bad. Ah, okay. So it's probably on a level I could play without too much trouble. The only bad thing of it is fucking King dies. I mean... yeah, that makes sense. He's made of dye. I'm sure fucking him would be painful. That makes sense, that makes sense. Cuphead is fun if you don't mind the bullet hell game. Man, I suck at Contra, so I don't know. I don't know. Have you guys played Contra before? Contra is a fun one. Goddamn. The design of the enemies in Contra. It's so scary. There are some bosses that are so scary. I remember some of the sprites. I remember being like, my god, what the frick is going on? Like, being younger at the same time, it was like, oh, this is awesome. Right? But like, you'd get like some sprite of like some weird old man bald head that would like grow out, I don't know, grasshopper teeth out of it. And then it would start flying around with exposed brains and wings and start attacking you. Come to think about it, now that I actually watched it, I understand that a lot of that was actually inspired in the body horror of the thing. My go-to Cuphead weapon is charge and crack shot. Nice. Contra is fun. I remember when it was brand new, I couldn't believe what I was seeing at the time. Yeah. Contra is definitely on the very high difficulty spectrum. I don't remember finishing a lot of Contra games ever. It's also one of those... Although... Nah, I think Ghosts and Goblin is harder, right? Ghosts and Goblins was the harder game. Ghosts and Goblin was such an asshole game. When I beat Contra, I howled in victory lol. Took me a while. So aggressive. Funnily enough, I didn't feel Contra was scary. Castlevania, however. Castlevania, great game. Seismon Quest, what the fuck, man? Ghosts and Goblins can take a hike. You know what's the best part about Ghosts and Goblins? When I hear the best part about Ghosts and Goblins, so I don't remember which version does this, but spoiler for a game that's like, I don't know how many years ago. Nothing good already. No, wait, but Icarus, you don't know this. You don't know the best part. There is actually one version of Ghosts and Goblins, I don't remember for which console was it, where you know the whole shenanigan with like, oh, you thought you beat the game, but now you have to redo the game because you don't have the bracelet thingy. So you need to go back because it's the only way to beat the final boss? Well, did you know that there's a version of the game where you also have to play the game in reverse? You have to go, you don't get teleported to the beginning of the game. You have to play the game in reverse to go back to the first stage. Then you get the bracelet, and then you play all the way back again. So instead of playing the game twice in order to beat it, you have to play it 3 times. I remember this was a thing. There is one version of the game that does this to you. But it's like a, I don't know for what console it was. Because there's like Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghosts and Goblins, Ghosts and Ghosts, Super Ghosts and Ghosts 2, you know, that kind of stuff. I think it was like something along the lines of Super Ghosts and Goblins Turbo. At that point, the name was pretty much a Street Fighter version. I think that version is for arcade only. I think it's or one of those weird consoles like SNK, like I don't remember what the name was. There was this one console that was like emulated from arcade games that had a bunch of Samurai Warrior games in it. So yeah, so I am 95% sure that that's the thing. I remember reading it in one of those Nintendo Power-esque magazines. And I hope I'm not making this up, or I read it wrong, because that is so funny. That is so funny that I want it to exist. I don't want anyone to play that game. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. But it's so funny to imagine a guy getting real close to beating it, and then the game turns to reverse and it's like, go back to the first stage. And then go forward again. It's like, who hurt you? Person who made this, who hurt you? Why do you hate children? The game for masochists. It's funny, like I talk about some older game difficulties for Momochi, and Momochi's like, oh yeah, it feels like game developers back then hated children, right? There's this one YouTuber, I don't know if you guys ever seen him, he's called Grand Pooh Bear. He also streams here on Twitch. He has a series called Games No One Could Beat, where it's basically his job to try and finish the childhood games that haunted people's worst nightmares. So he played Echo the Dolphin, he played Faster Quest without a turbo controller. By the way, Faster Quest without a turbo controller. He played Blaster Master. Grandpa Bear is well known in the SMB3 community. There's tea about him. Oh. I mean, doesn't being part of the... I could be wrong, but doesn't being part of the Super Smash Bros. 3 community automatically means there's tea about you. I hear it's a very volatile community. Especially when it comes to not being able to handle how to organize tournaments in a way that's safe for everyone. I hope it's not anything too serious. Please tell me it's not anything too serious. I really like my retro YouTubers. It's one of the reasons I started focusing more on retro games. I keep finding them and they keep getting into trouble. Goddamn, what was the one of the worst ones? Oh yeah. I don't have a whole lot of luck when it comes to finding YouTubers to watch. Like, what was the name of the guy? Well, GBT is very well-known speedrunner back then. He was invited to KGV's made Mitch Flower Power. Let's say the guy made a SB3 speedrunning thing. And somehow, as Mitch was about to finish, GBT stomped hard close to where the console was that it crashed the game in Michi. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Did he apologize at least? Did he apologize? Did he take the ukulele out? Did he play the ukulele of apologies? Oh god, what was the name of the guy? There was a guy that I started watching that I really liked the games he played, and his content was pretty funny. He was one of the normal boots peeps. I don't remember his name. Anyways, he kind of got into like some really messy drama. Like 3 days after I found him. Oh boy. That one was spicy, Smoky Panda. That one was spicy. Oof. There were too many things. Okay, so the stomp was midway through the game, but at the end something happens too. Can't link here, Icarus. You DM me and I'll post the clip. DM me and I'll post the clip. DM me here on Twitch and I'll post the clip, don't worry. It's no problem. Honestly, it's kind of my bad, because I think there's a command that allows me to temporarily let you guys post clips, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. There you go. Okay, so hair is shorter here. Also, I think we can do more like these. There we go. Ultimately, everyone makes mistakes. And how they react to the mistakes can be way worse than the mistakes themselves. I do feel a lot of the times it's way more telling how people react to their mistakes than the mistakes themselves, depending on what it is, of course. Can be a whole lot more telling. I try to not get too much into drama though. I have an issue with drama content actually. I do have a bad habit of sometimes getting into binges of drama content, but then it will actually make me feel stressed. And sometimes it even causes some negative impacts on my health. But sometimes the morbid curiosity is too much. Yeah, exactly. Like, depending on what it is, if like it's something like that feels like severe or stuff like that, I will just get what I need to be informed. But like, it does feel like it feels like a little bit of too much of a jerk move to just be, okay, give me the TLDR and now I judge you forever, stuff like that. So I do want to understand what's going on. To avoid judging people unfairly too, right? See the full picture. Yeah. That's also important, because usually one of the worst things you can do is to just go off based entirely on like some random post you saw on Twitter. Because like people can be really savage for the sake of like getting attention sometimes. So they may occasionally post some like very wild shit, to say the least. But like, what was it? There's a very specific type of content that I discovered it was pretty harmful for myself. And it was really funny because I didn't really seek out that kind of content at first. So there used to be a content creator that I followed that their main thing was like reading memes off Reddit, right? That was like their hostage. So they would like pop in places like Furry IRL Reddit. That was basically memes with fuzzy animals, and that would actually give you like an insider on what the average furry community member thinks and is like. And one really funny thing that I learned from that channel is that it was the furry community memes were pretty much the same memes as the gay community memes from the Reddit, but with furry characters. But it was exactly the same thing practically. It was almost the same jokes. And his content was actually pretty wholesome for the most part. he liked to play the part of like, ooh, I'm so cursed. Look at the cursed stuff I'm reading and stuff like that. But it was mostly harmless fun. You know what I mean? But then he got involved into a situation with an ex-colleague, and he went through like a bunch of like bad stuff. And unfortunately, after that, that changed him a little bit. I don't know if it was just because of that, or if it was because of the way his channel was shaping up. And basically what he started doing was he started covering more unsavory subreddits too, that had a lot of misinformation. Not to spread said misinformation, mind you, he still tried to keep it in an angle where like he is debunking these things, he is arguing against them, you know? But regardless of the intention, he just exposed. His content was just exposing me and Momochi to a lot of like negative comments and he was pumping out these almost daily. So it was just a lot of negativity. It was just a lot of negativity. Whether, even if you debunk or make fun of it, like, negativity is still negativity, right? I could sit here and talk about some sort of like weird look at the what this crazy guy thinks about, I don't know, the earth being flat or whatever, or some weird conspiracy theory and stuff like that, right? All day. But like, I'm still transmitting negativity. And it still gets to people. It gets to me. It gets to me. So I stopped watching. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes it's better to let the topic die in your mind instead of hyper-focusing. Exactly. It's kind of like if you're... what's the name? It's not quite... It has a name. I forget the name right now. Say it in Portuguese, maybe I can remember. Remoindo. In Portuguese, it's remoindo. Mulling over it, thank you, Momochi. Negative is something that echoes from person to person. Hold up. From person to person, and with each echo it becomes larger and manages to eclipse positivity if you let it. But the same is true about positivity. The trouble is finding a healthy balance for both. Overthinking also. Okay, so Spyro Zero overthinking engines. Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, your mind will produce the thoughts that you feed it, essentially. So if you feed it too many negative thoughts, you're gonna get overwhelmed with negative thoughts, essentially. However, I gotta say, the concept of toxic positivity is kind of weird. Because it's kind of a funny thing to think about, right? Because I do have trouble understanding what that means in full. But I guess it's like the idea of forcing positivity onto other people. Kind of like the smiley mask of that one game We Happy Few. To me, if we're gonna talk about toxic positivity, it would be something extreme like that. Where it's more along the lines of how dare you be sad. There we go. There we go. Also, why did you guys have to talk about the book with the milking minotaurs? I actually got a clip about it on my feed. Don't know why, don't know how, but I got a clip of it on my feed. And I had to click it to see if it was real or not. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. Yeah, so someone brought up on Momochi's stream yesterday that there is a romance novel of a lady who goes to work in a milking minotaur farm. And yeah, it's pretty much a lady who works in a minotaur sperm bank. It wasn't me. That is fair. Yeah, I don't remember who it was. But my god. My god, man. Like, damn. I found a clip of someone reacting to the story resume. A what farm? The internet's such a wild place to think of. Probably on the internet. Yep, that's an Amazon book. That's an Amazon book. Technically, that counts as part of the internet if you think about it. That does. The cape looks AI generated too. Which, yeah. And from what I gather, the story is... So obviously there is a whole lot of world building to justify the obvious fetish. Because it's a prom book, so obviously it's gonna be fetish, right? Where apparently the happy liquids of the minotaurs, as one might put it, were considered very valuable for medicinal purposes. Apparently in that world they made Viagra out of it. They made Viagra out of minotaur milk. So, and the minotaurs are like part of society. It's not like they're monsters, really, or anything. So apparently, and I say apparently because I haven't really read the book. I don't want to either. A man after a friend of mine told me she bought toys in the shape of monster parts. I really just had this meme reaction of the brown dog. Oh boy. I hope she doesn't get hurt. I'm not entirely sure you should actually use those or if they're more decorational. Also, I just realized something. The Dragon Company can't make a Bowser one because Nintendo owns the copyright to it. I just discovered why they did the copyright. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nintendo didn't want Bad Dragon to make toys. That's why! That's why! Okay, okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense now. You know what? I always thought that was weird of Nintendo. But now I figured out why. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's to avoid Bowser-shaped dildos. That makes sense now. Now it makes sense. They were like, yeah, fan, now we're gonna cut you. We're gonna have to cut your fun right here. That just, nah. Nah. You know, speaking of that, speaking of adult toys, I think the other day I saw in my feed that there was a VTuber who was releasing toys shaped after their privates, you know. So the joys. So the fans can feel like they're really there. Ultimately, the rules are, if there is a market, there is a product. It's a lot. But I actually, come to think about it, right? I'm not entirely sure. Can you imagine? I'm not sure if you should imagine. But that's like a crazy situation, right? You have people who want to buy replica of your Naughty Bits. That's crazy. Your Naughty Bits specifically. That is so wild. But, as usual, to each their own. But yeah, Twitter is wild. Social medias in general. Here we go. Now, if there only was a market for anime girls, yeah. Too bad. What inspired you to make art? The dumbest thing possible. So... it was around COVID time. Me and Momochi decided to pick up streaming. Because COVID, right? And we were looking at other streamer setups to get ourselves organized. And I knew we needed alerts for stuff like raids and new followers and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do the thing that most people did, which was either to use the default ones or to like pick up random anime characters clips and just put it there. Especially because like copyright laws when it comes to copyright laws with using like materials like anime and stuff felt like it was getting harsher. So I decided to pick up pixel art because when I was much younger, I used to do a lot of pixel art edits of stuff. Like I used to edit a lot of Mega Man sprites. So I was like, maybe if like I apply myself really hard, and because I found this pixel art program that's completely free over here, I could actually cobble up some of my own alerts until we have some amount of money to commission custom alerts. That is the main reason why I picked up art. I just wanted to do something for myself on the channel. And because I thought that if I only played games, it would feel kind of lame because a lot of people that I knew that were streaming did other things like art or singing, right? They had other talents, and I felt if I went in just playing games, it wouldn't be enough. So I decided to give it a try, just as something, and I got encouraged when I showed my results to Momochi, when I showed my results to Nanolis. Everyone in that old art community was very supportive. And the positive reinforcement basically is what got me off to actually doing this more, trying this more and more. I got really excited with it. I started experimenting a lot. And I gradually got better. Till I got to my current level. So that's what I mean when I say it's dumb. It wasn't really a planned conscious decisions of I'm decided I'm gonna be an artist or anything like that, or I've always had a deep-seated passion for the arts. It's not dumb thing at all, honestly. It was very spontaneous thing though. It's inspirational actually. Oh. Honestly, the one thing that I feel a little bit dumb about is that I have a lot of fun with it, and I wish I had started sooner. I really wish I had started sooner, because then I would have more fun back then too. Because this is a thing I really enjoy doing. And it's crazy to me that like up until like until 4 years ago, I didn't know I liked doing this. And it's a thing I can do that can make people happy. And people are actually willing to pay money for me to do this thing too. It's crazy. And I enjoy it a lot. Like streaming, I kinda knew I would enjoy doing. It would be something that I enjoy doing. Especially VTubing. VTubing is perfect because I am very shy. And having a cute little avatar on the screen is more fun. My story art is kind of similar to yours, but I'm so inconsistent that even if I have improved since I started, I'm never like satisfied with my results. Ah, on and off, right? So, when it comes to drawing, I did learn how to draw in the past, but how do I put it? Well, I think I shared some of my older drawings once before on the Discord. I even did a challenge where I would actually pick up some old drawings and make pixel art of them. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. My drawings were alrightish, but I didn't like learn from an actually good art teacher. It was like very introductory stuff. Let me see if I can find actually. Let me see if I can find them. Wanna see if I can find them. Man, I recently found out that an old friend of mine is actually writing a book, and he wants my opinion on it. So he gave me 3 books that wants to read. I need to read them. I can't forget to do that. Where is it? Can I find it? Was it in Kiba Art? Did I post it in Kiba Art? I hope I posted it in Kiba Art. Oh boy, that was a little while ago though. Ah, there it is, there it is. Found it. So this is an old ass drawing that I did. Pencil and with line art with Nanking and colored with pencil. It's quite alright, it's quite alright, but there are a lot of inconsistencies in it. It's an old one. I really like it. I really like coloring with colored pencils. Like, you can do stuff and then you smudge it with your finger, and it gives like this effect to the whited out parts. It's really cool. But yeah, this is an old art. I ended up not following it through because of, honestly, confidence issues. I did I had my I say I don't believe um in talent and stuff like that because honestly I used to. And I found that believing that there are people who are just more talented than you. And some people have a knack for something and others don't, and comparing yourself and all that stuff is really, really useless. It's really, really useless. And it exists as an unfortunate excuse for you to not do the things you like. For you to stop doing things. You know? And the way it works is really simple too. The reason you think this kind of stuff is because your brain is trying to gauge how much calories you're gonna spend doing something. How much time and effort am I going to spend getting good at thing X? Is what the brain is trying to answer. And if the answer is a freaking lot, then the brain is gonna try to create excuses to keep you from doing the thing. So you don't waste energy, because the brain thinks we're gonna run away from, I don't know, like a tiger or something. So we should save our energy that we were going to expend learning how to draw to run away from tigers. The brain doesn't work that well. It does make you resist embracing new things, exactly. It's also important to remember that this is kind of a survival mechanism. So you gotta understand where it's coming from. If you wanna disable it, you kinda need to understand where it's coming from. Otherwise... yeah. Okay, so I am thinking... Gotta think 3D here. We're thinking 3D here. Yeah, this works. Hold up. Let me get my pixel art. Have I watched the movie Three Idiots? I don't remember watching a movie called Three Idiots. Okay. What is it about? Does it have three idiots in it? I hope so, otherwise it's a very misleading title. Which actually reminds me of another thing, but I'll tell it later. Please tell me about it. Is it like the Three Stooges? Yeah, I was thinking. Okay, so it's a Hindi movie, but it's about life in general. Ah, interesting. And it's about how these three idiots go about their lives? It's very philosophical and comedic. I found that to be a very good combination, honestly. Philosophy is something that is both very serious, but you also need to understand it with a sense of humor. Otherwise, you're gonna do like older philosophers and literally freak out the fuck out completely. It's about 3 freshmen in this very expensive and competitive college. Oh no. I hate... I love and hate this type of setting. My Hero Academia is actually a hard watch for me because of this. It also has musical parts and it's very deep scenery too. Ooh. It's a Hindi movie, right? So as far as I understand, Hindi movies absolutely need to have musical numbers in them. Honestly, that is very neat. That is very neat. Like, the big confrontation with the big bad is done through dancing and music. That is so cool. If anyone has the chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. Oh. I'll see if I can find it. I'll watch it and probably torture my American roommate. Nice. Or maybe you both cry out of happiness, who knows? You know, as someone who grew up in a country where watching movies with subtitles is extremely common, I always found very, very interesting watching like sitcoms and stuff like that, and characters going, "Ah, you're gonna watch that movie? You know, I heard it's a subtitled one," you know? Just seeing the aversion to subtitles. Although, I'll be real, here in Brazil nowadays, a lot of people have certain aversion to subtitles, but they don't have aversion to dubbing. So it comes from different stuff, like I just don't want to read while I'm watching the movie. That's common here. Oh, by the way, what was the thing I was going to remember? Oh, it's gone. Anyways. I don't like the voice of Deku in the English dub. I don't know why. I haven't watched the English dub, so I don't know. But like, it's kind of interesting. Whenever someone dubs anime, there's always this main character inflection that they do, which I don't follow why it has to be this way. I don't realize why it has to be this way in the end, you know? But My Hero Academia can be a little bit of a hard watch for me because of the highly competitive school setting. I just get mad. I get so mad at it. I know I'm supposed to feel hyped, but I just get mad at the freaking teachers going like, wow, today instead of teaching you something, we're gonna expect you to already know these things, and then we're gonna kick you out of school if you don't know these things already. And I'm like, motherfucker, what is the point of going to school if you're just gonna expect the students to already know everything? If the students already know everything, what's the freaking point of them paying I don't know how much tuition for your freaking sham of an education system? What the heck? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with society? It's one of those anime that, like, they're doing that because they're criticizing society. Honestly, they're doing too good of a job. They're doing too good of a job. Ah, true, that's college life for real. Is it? When I went to college, we had classes. There were subjects that were being brought out, and sure, there was a lot of homework to be done. But at the very least, they did try to explain us shit. College burned me out in a way that I'm still feeling haunted by it. I mean, honestly, only just recently I stopped having dreams about having to do some sort of either homework or test that I wasn't ready for. Yeah, it's very much a things I hated kind of situation, I gotta say. The other one that did that was kind of hard, was a little bit hard to watch. That was Shokugeki. Shokugeki did that a lot. Where it's like, oh, here's the lesson, and by the way, whoever doesn't get it the first try is gonna get kicked out because I said so. And I'll be real, it is accurate. There are teachers in college who like brag about having a low approval rate in their class. Like, yeah, my approval rate is low because I'm really demanding, which makes me an amazing teacher. No, it means you failed to teach people. It means you failed at your job. The less people learn in your class, the less of a good teacher you are. I'm sorry, it's true. What's your favorite anime? One that you can't get enough of? Ooh, that's a toughie. That's a toughie one. Cause like, I don't have any particular anime that I feel the urge to just rewatch it all the time or something like that. I love stories. I love to watch stories and then I move on. But I do have plenty of anime and manga that stuck with me. So I am gonna answer your favorite anime question as what anime or manga story that has stuck with me. If that's okay with you, I'm gonna change the rules of your question, if you don't mind. So one manga that really stuck with me a lot. Let's see, the approving rate of her was 6 students out of 40 and approved to a bare minimum. Oh god. That's a rough approval rate. That is a rough approval rate. But yeah, so... That's okay, I love that. Okay, so animation-wise... The original Fullmetal Alchemist was pretty good as long as you don't remember that the movie exists. Brotherhood is probably great, but I never watched that. I still have to watch that. There is one that marked my childhood, but I can't, for reasons that are out of my control. EA, the author was caught doing terrible stuff. I cannot say the name. But it had a guy with a face with a scar on his face that was crossed. Though that one is 95% nostalgia more than actually being a good story, if I'm being very honest. A manga that stuck to me to today is known in the US as Battle Angel Alita, aka Hyper Future Vision Gun. That one is an all-time favorite of mine. I really, really love that one. For more recent releases, this particular season had an anime called Clevatas, which I absolutely love. I love it so much. It's like a really good monster story. Told from the perspective, it's like kind of a monster story from the perspective of the monster. And the main character is a shadow wolf with shadow powers. So it is a he just like me for real moment. I am self-aware enough to admit that. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Let's save. Hey Zor, welcome to the stream. Absolutely love that one to bits. And other than that, I can't call Gachikuta one of my favorite animes because it's still ongoing. So it is one of those things where we still have to see if it will actually be good or not. Okay, so check this out. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too. See? But, I mean, Technically, I don't need to do this because the animation will be very tiny. But I do want to take care of some of the asymmetries in my character design here. Can I type the name so I can find it, the monster one? It is... I absolutely recommend it. It's an anime that is just well written. It is so well written. It is dark fantasy. It has some heavier themes in it. But they are... I think they are addressed well. They are addressed like... in a way that doesn't make light of them, I believe. And yeah, I really like it. It's available on Crunchyroll at the moment. It just finished its first season. Had a very solid ending. Okay, chat. So now we do the same. We need to do the same thing with Mama Kiba. And then I'm going to intercalate them. So it changes the gender on the spin. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. This is just the basic version, but I'm gonna do it advanced. Because I think it's way more fun like this. Oh, let me do a little extra. I've been needing something new to watch. Definitely exciting about watching it later. Oh, nice. So I'm glad I can help. It's a very good one. Oh, if you want an extremely silly, extremely feel-good anime to watch, one where it's just characters doing the silliest things ever, and it's just a fun time. There is one with a very deceptive title that is just like that. It's called It's Time for Torture Princess. And it is not what you expect. It is absolutely not what you expect. It is so good. It is so good. It's cinema. It is. It was a surprise for me. Because you think it's gonna be one thing, and it's something completely different. Basically, the author actually won an award because it was a visual novel at first, and the author actually won an award with that. It is a name. It is a name. Visual novels have that type of name. It is what we call a naming convention. They just have these ridiculously long names. that sound very silly. Because they are very silly. And it's not an isekai, it's a... Like I said, despite of the name, surprisingly wholesome anime. I need to make sure it's the first thing that appear in the search bar, I suppose. It's very cute. You know you're in the right place if you see a demon lady in a very fashionable office outfit and a princess wearing like a white toga, a very hungry looking princess wearing white clothes. She has an appetite. She has an appetite and a talking sword. Fun stuff, really. Truly, truly a Bakadere character of all time. Yeah! I keep forgetting. I need to set this up on the other models too. But like I said, good anime, highly recommend it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, chat, while I was eating dinner today, right? I noticed this before, but I never quite noticed the extent of it. There is... I have a TV here on my house that is usually left on like the cable TV. My mom watches it usually, and there is this this channel that has like a bunch of reruns of old sitcoms, and there's this one sitcom called Becker, which is like a very old sitcom. It's old enough that the doctor in it, that's about a doctor who lives in New York, and the doctor is a smoker. It's like even for the standards of the show, smoker doctors are a literal dying breed. Because smoking is bad for you, so doctors should be the ones who know it know how bad it is the most. But basically, what is amazing about the show isn't the writing. It's not the clever, witty humor. No. The best thing about the show is that the Brazilian dub cut out the stock laughter tracks entirely from the show. I think it was an accident. I don't think they did it on purpose. I think it was kind of like they had to mute the audio to do the voices.